friends, welcome back to Truthatude. I'm going to give you 10 business tips to help you be a boss babe. We're gonna jump right in. Tip number 7, build career capital. This is a wonderful tip that I learned from this amazing book called So Good They Can't Ignore You. If you have not read this book, I highly recommend it, especially if you're trying to level up in your professional life. So in this book, he talks about if you can't do what you love, learn to love what you're doing. Get really good at whatever it is you're doing. So if you are a server, be the best damn server on the floor. If you are a janitor, be the best damn janitor that there is. If you're not necessarily in your dream job, start learning how to enjoy the job that you're doing. Be grateful for the skills that you're learning in that job, the income that it's providing you so that you can explore your dream job and just do the best that you can and build career capital. What skills are you learning in that job? So be the best at whatever job you're in now and learn as much as you can, because I promise you, just like Cal Newport says in his book, all of the things that you're learning and a lot of the skills that you will build in this job or in this career or in this profession, even if it's temporary, are going to be transferable into whatever dream job you have. So work on building career capital. Get really good at what you're doing and learn a bunch of skills while you're in your job. So learn to love what you're doing until you can do what you love. I'm actually reading another book too that talks about this idea of, not necessarily being able to do what you love, but loving what you do and building this idea of career capital. And it's Lewis Howes' The School of Greatness. It's an amazing book so far. I'm still reading it, but he talks about Marie Forleo, who is an incredible boss babe entrepreneur. And she basically talks about making your talent so obvious that people cannot ignore it. And when you're building career capital, that's exactly what you're doing. If you are the best damn janitor that there is, you're gonna be noticed. So shove your abilities and your talents in people's faces. Be so good at whatever you're doing that people cannot ignore it. And I promise you, building this career capital is gonna take you so far, and you're gonna get so many transferable skills that will work in your dream job or any of your professional aspirations that you have along the way. One example that I have as far as building career capital and learning to be the best that you can be was when I actually took a job as a hostess for a restaurant. I just took a side job. I needed a little extra income, and when I got to the restaurant, they basically gave me the rundown of, the training for my job, what I was supposed to do, and, the dress code, and I was told that I was just supposed to wear all black. Now, this was a really nice, fancy dining restaurant, so me thinking it's a nice restaurant, I show up to my first shift wearing a black cocktail dress. All the other hostesses were in scrubby black pants. Some were even wearing black yoga pants and like a little black sweater or a black t-shirt with a black cardigan. But the point is, they all looked really frumpy. Now, they were all wearing black, which was the dress code, but they looked frumpy, and this was a really elegant restaurant, so I was wearing a black cocktail dress, and that's what I wore every time I had to work there. And within 2 weeks of working there, I was promoted to lead hostess. And that was just because I took so much pride in being a hostess that I wanted to dress up. I wanted to look like the best hostess and do my job and show up authentically and consistently and stand out as really caring for this job. That was a way for me to stand out. Now, did the other hostesses appreciate it? No. But it's just one example of being the best at whatever job you have will make you stand out. So I really encourage you to think about that. Tip number 8, foster your aptitude for learning. If you practice and develop your ability to be a learner, you can pretty much get good at anything you try. I promise you this. You don't have to be particularly skilled at one thing. If you foster your ability to learn and get good at a bunch of different things, or just get kind of okay at a bunch of different things, it makes you such a valuable employee and such a valuable professional because you have a very diverse skill set. So foster your aptitude for learning. Be a learner. This demonstrates a level of openness and willingness that really impresses people. You will show up as the all hands on deck kind of person. You will show up as the reliable person willing to pitch in and do anything necessary to get the job done. And this is super impressive to leadership and will push you really far in your career. So trust me on this. Plus, when you foster your aptitude for learning, it can open doors to opportunities you never even thought of. Now, I once took a job at a golf course. I never played golf. I didn't know anything about golf, but I decided that I was gonna throw myself into it and be the best damn golf course employee that they had. And I was. I showed up eager to learn. And what I got out of it, aside from my new favorite sport, I learned how to play golf. I learned the etiquette of golf. And I was put in a position where I got to mix and mingle with so many amazing people that actually catapulted me and put me in the position for my next job, which was amazing. And the bonus was that this was like the most fun job I've ever had in my whole life. I got to play golf and play outside every day, all day. It was phenomenal. So please open yourself up, foster your aptitude for learning. You never know where it can take you. Number 9 is a little tricky, and some people will give me some pushback, which is good. But tip number 9 is be generous with your value and selfish with your time. Now, let that sink in for a second. So in the last video I did, which I'll leave a link below, I mentioned having healthy boundaries and communicating those boundaries specific to your time. And if you are constantly bringing a ton of value in your professional workspace, then you get to be selfish with your time because people know that they can respect your boundaries and they will want to respect your boundaries for time because they know that they can rely on you to provide consistent quality and value when you do show up to work. I know that this is tricky for some people to understand, but bring a ton of value to work. Always over impress, always over deliver, because that gives you the ability to be selfish with your time and to develop those strong, healthy boundaries around your schedule, and people will respect you for it. If you're bringing a ton of value, people will be more likely to respect your time and less likely to push your boundaries, which brings me to tip number 10, our final tip of this video. Overwork does not equal dedication. We have been plagued in this corporate culture of people thinking that if they stay late every night, or they come in on their days off, or they come in on the weekend, that it means that they are a more dedicated employee. I don't think this way. I think that if you are constantly having to stay late or come in on your days off or the weekend, to me, that just means that you don't have good time management skills. And I'm pretty sure your leadership is probably thinking the same thing too, if they are a good leader. Now, obviously, there are times when you have a crazy deadline or a major project or something pops up last minute that you do have to stay late or come in on your day off. Obviously, those things come up, but you should not have to consistently stay late, neglect your family, neglect other important areas of your time so that you can finish your work. That does not demonstrate dedication, and you do not have to give all of your blood, sweat, and tears to your job. A well-balanced professional woman knows the importance of balancing her personal life and her professional life, and we really have to break this cycle of not feeling empowered to say no, and also that in order to look dedicated to your job, that you have to overextend and overwork yourself. That is not true, and I encourage you to set and communicate healthy boundaries in your professional life, because overwork does not mean dedicated. That's it. Those are my 10 tips for being a boss babe and to level up your professional life. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That helps us grow this community that I love so much. I really hope you find these tips helpful in your professional life so that you can be a boss babe that I know you are. I put out videos every Tuesday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on one. Be sure to follow me on social media. I'll leave a link below. For more inspiration, head over to the blog, truthatude.com. Leave me a comment below. I want to know what tip or what advice has helped you in your professional life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day. I love you so much. Ciao. I need to look at the camera.